Welcome YouTube, we're live. Let's go, go, go. Come on guys, go, 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 go. Ali, Ali, Ali. Hit it, hit it, hit it. We're off. You know the drill. You got to do everything you can. This little rise, this little climb, don't push the pace. Look at the size of the group. There's a huge amount of draft here. So just do enough to sit in the wheels and don't get dropped. We're not going to be pushing the pace here. We'll let the other teams do this. The teams that haven't really got much ability to sprint are going to be pushing the pace here to try and drop the sprinters. So we need to just sit in, do as little work as possible. You know the drill, guys. Looking good. I'll get eyes on the positionings and stuff in 55 seconds when my pen rolls out. Cheers Ben and Dan watching on the live stream, cheering you guys on. They're sad they can't be here this week, but they'll be back next week. Okay, everybody's looking really good. Follow the wheels. Look at this. There's so much draft available here. It's going to be virtually impossible for anybody to get away or to do anything. So anybody that's on the front here pacing is wasting energy unless they've got absolutely no sprint whatsoever. And you all know your jobs today, so for the benefit of those watching at home, we've made sure that everybody's got their own roles. Certain people have got certain sprints to target, some people are targeting the finishing position, and that way we've got maximum coverage as a team to make sure that we've got enough points. Somebody's making a big effort off the front, but they just disappeared on my screen, so I'm not quite sure what that was. Good effort, James. Just keep pushing, mate. I know it's a tough pace. Do what you can. Just try and finish wherever you can. Even just finishing, even if you finish dead last, those are some valuable points. So, and we'd be struggling without it. So just do whatever you can, bud. Great work. That pace looks pretty hot. Everyone else looks like they're okay and in for now. So just make sure that you're closing those gaps. That's it. Steve, Mark, don't come too close to the front. And remember, the sprint's pretty soon, guys, so you're going to have to start positioning yourself. So Dan's and Chris's of this world, if you're going for FTS, you're going to have to sit, you know, a little bit further back in the group. If you're going for FAL points, you're going to have to start moving up pretty much now. Somebody's already made a play for those FAL points. Look, he's gone for it. Get ready. If you're going for the sprint, you're going to have to wind it up pretty much now. Ali, 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 go, go, go. Let's hit it. Come on, Dan. Come on, Chris. We need some points here. Let's go, 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 go. Everything you got. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Go on, Steve. That's it. Pick up a few points there. You can. Good work. Well done, Steve. Good effort. Let's have a look. I can't see the leaderboard yet, but I'll get you some times in a minute. Well done, well done. Steve definitely picked up some FAL points there. Good effort. Great work. I'll check on Zwift Power and we'll find out how we're doing. Go on, Dan. Great work. Okay, I'll get you some information on Zwift Power. Let's find out how we're doing in the live segments. The beauty of technology. Well, you're in the same division as Ed Laverack and our friend Kiel Power from the 2 vs 1 Pro video. They're just a couple of categories up. Okay, we've only got the A's so far, so we'll get a bit more information as things come in. Great work. And the next sprint is coming up pretty... You got a little bit of a rest, actually. The next sprint's coming up. Find out. Okay, sprint 2 is coming up at 7.2k, so you've got a little bit of recovery here, guys. You've got plenty of time to sort of get a bit of a breather. There's no climbing now, so this is just going to be sit in the wheels, get as much rest as you can, and go for the next one. As we were saying beforehand, it's quite flat and quite downhill, this sort of course, but you've got another sprint to get through first. Good work, Chris, looking strong. Nicely nuzzled in the pack there. There's a secondary pack just behind. Make sure you're not in that secondary pack, guys. Chris, you're going to have to make sure that gap closes. I think it's coming together naturally. You'll be alright. Okay, good work. Well done. Good job, everybody. If anybody's watching this at home and raced this earlier, did you find the start was the most brutal, or was it that people were saving it for later on? Let us know. There's one guy still off the front, which seems ambitious, but maybe they know something we don't. Okay, Dan, good job. Try and get onto this group if you can. You can use their draft for some FTS segments in a bit. Those of you watching at home, Dan is our FTS guy, so we're not expecting him to place particularly highly in this, but he has got a really good sprint, so what we're doing is we're going to get him to just go as hard as he can on every single sprint. He's not going to try and finish as high up the group as he can, just try and pick up as many FTS points as he can. He's perfectly capable of doing that. He's a really strong sprinter. And everybody else is still nicely in the pack. James is off the back, but he's doing a good effort. He's going to try and TT his way to the finish. Everybody else, Chris is going to try and pick up some points from the pack on sprint 2. I've asked the other guys to try and conserve their energy as best as they can. We're going to have Steve, who's our heavyweight 100 kilo powerhouse guy. He's going to be going for the 350 meter sprint, which is like a downhill sprint, so that's perfect for him. And then we've got Chris and Mark, who are going to be going for sprints 4 and 5. So we should that way give ourselves plenty of coverage to make sure that we are targeting the segments that get us the points to be able to place highly overall. It's not enough to be able to get a few people finishing in the top 10 at the end. You need to be getting points on these segments, or you can kiss goodbye to a good overall placing. So even if you don't have the strongest riders, even if you don't have the best 20-minute power, you can still do really well in these Zwift Racing League races if you target the points properly and make a good go of those segments. So that's what we're going to give. That's what we're going to do today. Get these guys to give it a really good go as hard as they can on those segments, and just limit them to kind of one segment each, unless they're specifically our segment guy like Dan is. So let's see how that plays out. We've got a couple of Ks, only 2K until the next sprint, so these ones are coming up pretty fast. Like I say, it's pretty downhill, pretty flat, so we can expect them to come on us pretty quick. So it's going to be about the guys that are going for FAL on this one are going to need to start moving up pretty soon to the front of the pack. Because if you leave it to the last kilometre, everybody has started to accelerate, and it's really, really difficult to move up. So top tip, if you're going for FAL points, you need to start moving to the front of the group, at least 2K, and then try and use some energy to maintain that position at the front. It's not easy. It uses a lot of energy, but that's the way you got to do it, especially if you haven't got the sort of punch of a, good 10-15 second sprint guy. So that's the way to get the FAL points. If you're going for fastest through the segment, which is the fastest time on the segment, then you want to be going from the back of the group, so you can use the most draft from the group and slingshot through the peloton, giving you the fastest time. If you go from the front of the group and you're off the front on your own, you're going to be really hard pushed to score well on those fastest through the segments. So this is what we're going to do. The guys have got another sprint coming up pretty shortly, so we're going to keep our eyes on this one, and we're going to talk to the team. Let's check in with them. Okay guys, so the sprint's coming up pretty shortly. You've got 1.3k or so, and then it'll be on us. So you know the drill. If you're going for FAL, you're going to have to move up the pack. If you're going for FTS, make sure you go for slingshot from the back of the group. Coming up at 7.2k, so you've got 1.1k till we hit that sprint. Steve, Chris, make sure you're nicely sort of at the back of the group, exactly where you are now. Perfect. Perfect, Chris. And remember, guys, if you're not going for points, you're trying to do as little as possible. You're either going all out to get points on the segments, or you're doing as little work as possible. There's no middle ground here. That guy's still off the front. That is ambitious. It's going to string out a little bit here, so just be careful you don't get dropped as those gaps start to open up. Everybody is going to be pushing this pace. 500 metres to go till the end, till this segment ends. Okay, wind it up, guys. Here we go. Ali, Ali, Ali. Get ready. There it is. You can see the start. If you're going for it, you're going to have to go for it. Go, 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 go. Everything you got. Hit it. Come on, Steve. Go on, Steve. Go on, Steve. You're going to smash them all. Go, he's doing it. Beautiful. Go on, Steve. Fantastic effort. Second across the line there. Beautiful. Really good. Really, really good. Well done. Great effort. That's exactly what we need to do there. I'll get you some information on the scores in a second as well. Let you know how we're doing. But great work. Good positioning there. That was Steve. Your power's too much for them to deal with on a flat little parkour like that. Okay, so the next sprint's coming up at 16.1k, so everybody's going to try and get a bit of a breather. That guy off the front is probably just going to try and go as hard as he can and hope everybody looks at each other. It was a 10-second gap when we went through the banner. I think it's going to be tough for him to hold on there, but I like it. It's a good move. It's making everybody think about it. But I'm pretty sure is that him just on the front about to get caught? So I think that's that. Annoyingly, it's only given me times for the overall times when I look in Zwift Power for the fastest through segments. Usually it lets you separate them by cat, but it's not letting me do it. So I can see Ed Laverack did quite well on the first sprint. But I'll try and get some more information on that a bit later on. Don't worry too much. All you can do is just keep going as hard as you can. You know that anyway. Dan, your audio is crazy bad. I may have to mute you for everybody's sanity, including my own. Thank you. Much appreciated. Dan Kent that's watching at home checked his audio then because I was moaning about Dan's audio. That's funny. This is a nice sized group for you to be in, Dan. There's still going to be plenty of draft available here for these sprints. It's nice to not be dropped solo and to have a little bit of wheels to suck. Chris, Steve, Chris, Mark, all looking good. Okay, so this next sprint that's coming up at 16k, it's the long one. It's going to be 300 meters, 380 meters, so basically 400, and it's at 16.1k. So you're going to have to be careful with that one. Steve's going to need to pick up some points on that as the big man. And if anybody else can do it as well, go for it. Yeah, Dan. No, yeah, sorry, Dan. I'm gonna have to mute you, buddy. The power of being the Discord admin is almost too great. Sorry, Daniel. It had to be done. We're getting some nice visuals from the helicopter though. And this is just going to be, you know the drill already, guys. I say it over and over again just to remind you, don't do any work you don't have to do. Just follow the wheels, sit in the draft, wait for everybody else to burn themselves out, use that energy that they don't need to be using. Then we take our opportunity and we strike like coiled cobras, ready, taking our opportunity. If you feel good, if you feel good after the after the third or fourth sprint, you can always try and, you know, if you're feeling like you haven't got the sprint to make an effort and get many points, you can always try and apply some pressure directly after a sprint when everybody's tired. Try and go a little bit harder, keep the pace up as you go through the sprint. That will probably be a good counter tactic. So you've got that. Say again. Say again, Chris. They're off the front. Okay. Okay, you're all good. It's hard to hear you, to be honest, Chris. You're a bit crackly. But yeah, just follow the wheels here, guys. It's going to be difficult for them to get a gap. How did you do, Jono? How did you finish overall? Yeah, Packard accelerated away. It's so easily done. Everybody's keeping the pressure up, and it's, if you're trying to keep something back for the sprint, it could just be night straight away. That's pretty good though. You got dropped there. That's pretty good. 20th's pretty good. Especially in a field this big. 100 people's a lot of racers. Top 20% will do nicely. I think pretty much everybody that I've spoken to or that's raced said that that first bit was really, really tough, but then it kind of settles down a little bit. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so we've got the next sprints coming up in about 2.5k. So for those watching at home, we'll be conserving our energy. And then we've got Steve is going to go all out on the sprint. He's our 101 kilo heavyweight guy. And he's going to be going it as hard as he can for that 380 metre sprint. So it's a really long one. It's really downhill. So great opportunity for a guy with a good 30-second power that's 101 kilos to try and pick up a few points for us. So he'll be doing that. I've asked the other guys to maybe get some foul points if they feel good. But otherwise, try and sit in, and then we've got 2 more sprints after that we're going to need to try and pick up some points as well. So we'll see what happens. But Steve's our man for this one, coming up pretty shortly, so we'll keep an eye on him. And as we saw from the last sprint, he's already picked up a few foul points, so I've got faith he's going to do the business, bring us home some points. And there's a group just off the front here, so we'll have to be careful with that. Okay guys, there's a group just off the front here, so be careful you don't sit up too much and let them run away with it. But I think there's only 2 of them from what I can see. If they're going for foul points, it's a tough ask. this far out because it's still 2.5, 3k till we get there. But just keep an eye on them. Don't let them run away with it. Just leave them there dangling 10, 20 metres off the front, thinking they've got a chance of staying away. That's the old cruel thing to do. That's what Chris Woods and Mike Bunting did to me on Ride the Reservoir this year. They made me think I had a chance of staying away, and they just left me out there to cook. Okay guys, not long now, so 2k till the sprint, so it's going to have to start moving up shortly if you're going for points, especially foul points. If you're going for FTS, you can afford to sit a bit further back in the group. It's a 16.1k, so 2.1k from here. Everybody's going to be looking at each other for this one because it's such a long sprint. No one's going to really want to go for fastest through the segment if they can avoid it. Okay, 1.5k to go. Everybody's looking good. Mark looking beautifully positioned there. Chris, I don't know how good you're feeling, buddy, but if you think that you might not be there at the end, feel free to destroy yourself to pick up some points on FAL or FTS here and then drop back. That would be a valiant and useful use of your legs and watts before they run out. Feel free. Still got that one guy who's just off the front. But I think 3 seconds when those legs start spinning for the sprint, he's going to have a hard time holding on with just a 3-second gap. Oh, the tension, I can feel it mounting. I can feel everybody getting closer to the sprint. He's antsing around. My heart rate's getting higher just sitting here. That's it. Sit right at the back of the group if you're going for those FTS points. Beautiful job, Steve. Okay, everybody. Get yourselves into position. You can see the sprint in the top there. We're going to go... Oh, it's not even that one. My bad. There you go. You can see it in the top. We're going to snake around to it. You're going to have to start thinking about winding it up at probably pretty close to the line. You're probably not going to need to accelerate too hard beforehand because it's so long. But that guy off the front might have just made a steal for those points. I think you might have done a decent job there. We'll soon see. Okay, guys. Have at it here. Come on, Steve. You got this. Chris, you got this. Anything you can pick up here. Super valuable points. Let's do this. Everything you got. Come on, Ali, Ali, Ali. Just like the sprint series. If there's one thing we do well at snow, it's learn how to sprint. Suck other people's wheels. Try and come round them in the last few seconds. That is our speciality. So let's go, go, go. Okay, everybody, get ready. Get ready. Here we go. Remember, it's a little bit of a descenty one here, so the heavier guys are going to have a bit of an advantage. Okay, get ready, get ready. Okay, got 200 metres. You can see the start of the sprint. There it is in the distance. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Everything you got. Come on, Steve, you got this, bud. Chris, I know you can pick up some points here. I know you've got the watts left in the legs. Let's go, 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 go. Ali, Ali, Ali. Come on, guys. Come on. Nobody wants this. It's super long. It's super hard. We want this. We're going to grind it out. We're going to take the points. Come on, Steve. Come on, mate. Yes. Keep going. Ali, Ali, Ali. Killing it. Let's go, 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 go. Your FTS is going to be through the roof here. Come on, Steve. Come on. Go, 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 go. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Go, 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 go. Great job. Great job. Well done. Well done. That was nasty. Great effort there. Well done, Steve. Good job. It will come back together here if you're off the back. Don't worry too much. Just keep putting the power down. If the group splits, though, you need to make sure you're at the front of it. So make sure you're in a good position. The guys on the front are freewheeling. Everybody's doing 1.5 watts per kilo. So that will come back together soon enough. Just make sure you're putting the power down as you go through. Great job. Okay, so the next sprint's coming up at 17.9, so we haven't got long, guys. Pretty much in the next 500 meters, you're gonna have to start thinking about it. Mark, this one's got your name on it, buddy. Steve, if you can keep going here, you might be able to get back on. But if not, great effort. Chris, you're gonna have to push here. You're gonna have to push here if you want to get on. Come on, go, 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 Chris. Chris, come on, push. Push, push, push. Come on, you're gonna have to connect to the back of this group now, or it's bye-bye. Come on, you're gonna have to get on now, or you're not getting on at all. Let's go. Go, 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 go. Chris is in that group as well. Chris Wadrup, great work. You're gonna have to stick in there. Great job. Well done, Chris. Well done. Good effort, buddy. Good effort. Okay, Mark. Don't kill yourself if you don't have to on this, because I think we're going to have to start thinking about finishing position. Steve's off the back. I don't think he's going to be there at the end, so we're going to have to think about one of you two getting in the top 10, Mark or Chris. So Mark and Chris, don't necessarily kill yourselves if you don't have to. See if you can pick up some points, but you're going to have to keep one eye on the finish. Cheers, Rob. Just spotted that. Rob's all over these. He'd be screaming in your ear, telling you the exact pane of grass that you want to go from. Go, go, go. Come on, push, push, push. You're going to have to make sure you get in there. Go, 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 go. Great work. Well done, well done. Okay, let's get eyes on Mark. There you go. Make sure you connect onto this pack here, Mark. Don't let the wheel go. Good job, buddy. Well done. This has just been nasty, hasn't it? One sprint after the other. But just keep going. We've got a few K now before the final sprint, so a bit of time to recover, get some legs back, start thinking about this finish. Chris Wadrup, you're still here, buddy. You're not dead yet. Great job. I was expecting you to be all FTS'd out of it by now. But we're going to need those sprint legs for the finish, I think. See if we can pick up a few extra finish points on the line. Okay, and we get a bit of a descent now. Well, in a little bit we get a bit of a descent, and then we're going to have the pitch back up to the Shisha sprint, which is where Jono said he got dropped. So be real careful there. I think people are going to be pushing the pace, especially the people that haven't got the sprints. As Rob Zwifter says, it's all about the rest now. Get as much recovery as you can. Let everybody else do the work. Suck those wheels. Spin the legs. Get a drink. Get the heart rate down. Maybe have a gel if you're that way inclined. Some people say you shouldn't have gels in hour-long races. I will take any extra energy, psychological, placebo, whatever it is. I'll take whatever I can get. Give me the gels. Give me EPO. I'll take it all. Take whatever. Okay, looking good. Mark, looking good. Don't go too close to the front of the group, though. Still pretty big group. I'm trying to work out how many riders are in. I think it's probably a good 30 or so. They know the drill, Rob. They know they're supposed to go from the back of the group. I shout them at it every Saturday. They've heard me shout it at them to the point now where I'm pretty sure they get post-traumatic stress. Waking up in the middle of the night. Don't let the gap go! Well recovered, Chris. You're still in with a crack here. And you're going to get that nice descent soon enough. So a bit of chance to recover, recuperate, rest. Rob, are you racing this season as ZRL? Is it the dirt guys you race with? Are you riding it? Did you race it earlier? I think in the chat we've got Jono managed to get 20th in a race earlier. Did anybody beat 20th? Has anybody raced this course today and managed to beat 20th? I think 20th is a pretty good result, all things considered. Anybody top trump that? Ah, yeah, fair enough, Rob. It's only fair anyway. You've got to let the you've got to let the other guys have a crack at some of the ZRL races. You're picking up all the wins in the they're just the standard YouTube races. You've got to be nice and let the other guys have a crack at the ZRL ones. It's only fair. Nathan got second. Awesome job, Nathan. That's great. That's really good. On a course like this, who knew? Who knew you had the legs? Maybe you're a one-day classic specialist. I'm looking forward to seeing the highlights of that on the In The Drops podcast. Each week coming to you from YouTube, people. Make sure you check that one out, In The Drops podcast. I've been a guest on it myself. Great podcast. Really enjoy it. You've got Zwifty Zwifter, Nathan Craig and Huddo hosting it every week with a special guest who every week from Zwift Cycling, somebody that you'll be interested in seeing. So, and there's always a quiz which usually I win. Not gonna lie, usually I win it. Well, I've won it once, but that still counts. I think suddenly everybody's stopped trying to make solo attacks at this point off the front, haven't they? Everybody's run out of legs. Always happens by this point. 4 or 5 sprints in, suddenly those attacks are less and less appealing every time. Does anybody watching at home know this? We had one of our teams was unable to enter the pen today. We couldn't quite work out why. Is there a minimum? Do you have to have 4 people signed up on Race Pass before you can enter the pen? I know it's 4 minimum or you get DQ'd. Is it 4 minimum or you can't get in the pen? Our 4th rider bailed. I was trying to get another one at the last minute, so I was telling the guys to get in the pen just in case, and they wouldn't let him in. So I had 3 guys warmed up for nothing. Warmed up for an extremely spicy pacer rider with Coco, I would think. Get you warmed up for a race and end up doing laps with Coco. It's not quite the same. Okay, so we've not got too long till the next sprint now, so we're going to have to start thinking about it. It's going to be at the top of this rise, isn't it? Where is the distance? Where's the next sprint? It's at 27.4, so we've still got a little way. And what's the parkour looking like? Okay, so the climbing's pretty much going to be here till the top of the sprint, I think. So this will weed out a few of the weaker sprinters or people that are already on the limit. Cheers, Rob. I'll have to look into it and see what happened. Right, Rob's saying on the chat that at the top of this climb the sprint is it's not quite, the climb's not quite yet, but it's pretty shortly. It's going to be pretty much follow the wheels as you did on the first one, to the top of the climb, and then if you've got any legs to pick up some points there, great. But if not, don't kill yourselves, guys, because we're going to have to keep one eye on the finish. I'm going to need some of you to make a break for the top 10 if we can at the end. Hang on a minute. Who's this? Who's this in the pack here? He's back. Steve Norman got back on. Oh my god, I missed that. Great work. Great effort. Right, so we've still got most people that we were hoping would still be there at the end are still there. Dan and James still cracking away, doing what they do best. Let's have a look, Dan. How are we doing? What I will say is these points races, I don't know about you guys watching at home, but I prefer watching these points races to the scratch races. Last week was a little bit dull when it comes to stuff going on. Like these ones are just painful to watch. Oh, keep plugging at it, Dan. James Gosney still killing it as well. Good effort, James. That was James's only second or third ever race, I think, last week. Okay, so sprint's coming up pretty soon. 27.4k, so we've got 2k till the sprint, so if you're going to go for foul, you're going to have to start thinking about positioning yourself. The benefit of a slightly smaller group like this is it's not as hard to move to the front of it, but you'll have to watch for gaps. When people start pushing the pace, make sure you don't get dropped off the back, even if you're not going for sprint points. Okay, looking good. Looking good. Keep your powder dry until we get to the sprint. We've not got long now. Yeah, as Rob says, it's a draftable climb, but it's probably going to split here. So just make sure you're doing enough to go with the group. No more than you have to. Don't be on the front pushing the pace. But just do enough. The Goldilocks of drafting here. Not too much, not too little, just right. That's it, Steve. Good effort, buddy. Well done. Chris, looking good. Chris Wadrup, looking strong. You guys are positioned exactly where you need to be. Let everybody else burn themselves out here. It's a long way to the top if you're going to go right now. Okay, get ready then. You've got about 1k, 1 and a bit k till we get there, and it's going to be at the top of the climb, so it's going to feel like a long k. It's going to be a long drag up. But just like I said, do enough. It's stringing out a bit here. They're starting to put the hurt on a little bit. If I'm not a sprinter and I'm doing this race, this is where I'm going all out. This is where I'm going as hard as I possibly can to try and split the group. So that's why it feels as hard as it does right now. Don't worry about it. Just make sure that you're doing enough. Close those gaps. Good effort, Steve. Looks like Steve's getting some mini dropouts or something from what I can see. So just do what you can, Steve. I know it's a nightmare when you're getting tech issues. Yeah, Jono's saying watch his climb. This is where Jono got dropped earlier, so just be real careful. Looking good. Looking good. Chris Wadrup, push here if you want to get on, buddy. Otherwise, save a bit of legs for the sprint coming up very shortly. Your choice entirely. You might be able to get on here, but you're going to have to make a bit of a push, a bit of a dig if you want to. Chris Lawrence, you're looking good. Good effort, Chris. You can probably use some of this group. I don't think that's going to come back together unless you can find some sudden energy to sprint back on now. So if that's the case, just try and use what you can from the people around you. Sprint's coming up pretty shortly though. Get ready. Get ready. Chris, you may still be able to get a bit of a go on this. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Steve Norman's pretty close to the front. He might be able to scoop up a couple of foul here. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Ali, 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 let's go. Let's hit it, everything you got. Come on, Snow. Here we go. Show me those sprint watts, everything you got. Let's get those points. Here we go. Ali, Ali, Ali. Schneller, schneller, schneller. Go, 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 go. Come on. Push, push, push. Great work. Great work. Come on, Steve. Go on, Steve. Ali, Ali. Everything you got. Push it, push it. Here we go. Come on, bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Good work. Well done. Great effort. Mini dropouts there, I know. Killer, Steve, but great job. Okay, well done, everybody. That's probably going to come back together, but Steve's at the front if it doesn't, so Steve can just freewheel here. You guys will probably get on. Don't kill yourselves. Let everybody else do the work if you can. That's it, Chris. Just follow the wheels there. Follow the wheels. If you can move up to the next group, you might well need to do it pretty shortly. If you're thinking about it. Okay, good effort. See what you can do there, Chris. Just try and hold your position. That group might come back together. Mark, you're looking super strong here, buddy. Great work. Push up a little bit if you can to that group ahead, but I think it's naturally going to come back together. Oh, Mark, stop pedaling. I hope that's not a dropout. Cheers, Rob. Thanks, mate. Take it easy. Catch you soon, buddy. Cheers, Rob. Okay, Steve, looking really good following those wheels there. Exactly where he needs to be. And it's the heavier rider, like the pace of the heavier rider there is going to do him a massive favour. Everybody else is going to have to push. Steve's 101 kilos, so everybody else is going to have to push up to him on these descents. Fun fact, Steve is my favourite person to have in a TTT, a team time trial, because on any descent I literally just sit on his wheel doing 0 watts and get a free ride. So Steve is my top guy to have on a TTT. Okay, looking good. Steve's still in the front group with Mark. I'll see if I can get you some information on how we've scored on the points. I know we've picked up a load of points so far, so you're doing a great job in that sense. I know it's annoying that we can't see how many we've got, but we're definitely doing well. We're in the mix for a good result here. We've just got to keep pushing, get a good finishing position. Okay, so everybody's starting to run out of legs, I reckon, here. I don't think there's going to be too many attacks between now and the finish. I think it's going to be people who are going to be starting to think about saving something for the end, which is probably what we want to do as well. Okay, so the front group looks to be about 25 riders now, so it's reduced significantly after that last climb. Jono called it right. There were plenty of splits. People were pushing the pace. I think we're left with kind of the strongest riders from both worlds now. We've got the sprinters, we've got the kind of all-rounders, the TTers who haven't got that punch. We're left with kind of the best of both worlds, really, I think. Mark and Steve still at the business end, which is great. So Mark and Steve are still comfortably at the business end here. In the final riders, group of riders, 20 or so, 25 I think it is, I make it count. That's it. Chris is trying to con some people behind into riding. I like it. You're not even on the front. How's that any better? Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, looking good here, guys. Steve, Mark, just start thinking about the finish, really. You can play it however you like. Just sort of try and keep your powder dry. Like I said, I don't think there's going to be too many attacks between here and the finish until we hit the final 2k or so. That's when I'd expect the riders who haven't got much of a sprint to start going, but it's way too early for anybody to think about it now because there's still, you know, a few k before we get that point. So I think it would be stupid for anybody to do that, especially with such a big group behind of 20, 25. So save the legs, spin the legs, get the heart rate down, have a drink, get some carbs in you if you need to, and we'll be there before you know it. But just, yeah, try and let everybody else do the work. Don't come too close to the front of the group. Mark, that's your top task. I don't want to see you anywhere near the front of that group. I want to see you nicely tucked away at the back, saving whatever legs you can. And you guys kind of know your own strengths here when it comes to the race finish. You've seen the strength of the riders around you when you're going for FAL and FTS points, so you'll get a good feel for it. I would advise, you know, Steve's got a good shot at picking up a sprint finish here, good like a top 5, a really good chance at it, especially if you go from maybe like the 300 meter mark. If it all sticks together till then, you've got a really good crack at it. Mark, you've probably got a similar sort of chance. I think I would suggest, you know, if you feel bold and you want to go a little bit earlier, go, because everybody's going to be looking at each other. Nobody wants to go at the K mark. That's quite a lot of my wins these days are when I go from the kilometre mark out, because everybody just looks at each other, especially in the long races when you're already tired. Nobody wants to go that early. So yeah, have a think about it. Go with whatever you think is best. But those are probably your options, really. We've probably not got either of you haven't probably got the 5-10 second punch of some of these riders in this group. Is that Isaac guy, AJ Isaacs, is he still here? I'll have a look. He's got quite a good 5-10 second punch. But like I say, I think we're left with the best of both worlds now. I don't think it's the really strong 10-15 second guys left. I think it's kind of the rulers, the punchers, your one-day classic specialists, of which I count both you two, Steve and Mark, in that list. So I think you've got a really good chance here against the top 5. But yeah, don't let anybody get away too early. Somebody's making a bit of a go for it here. We've got a little bit of a gap, but they're not doing... Go on, Steve. Yeah, I know, buddy. I know. You did really well. Yeah, I knew something must have happened because you were off the front when I looked at the sprint, and then when I clicked back on it, you were off the back, and it just wouldn't have happened that quickly. But yeah, great. Yeah, just do what you can, mate. Yeah, just do whatever you can for the finish. No one's expecting miracles. But we've got faith you can pull off a ram raid. Cheers, Jono. I'll let him know. Appreciate that, buddy. Thanks for dropping in. Thank you. So Jono's saying there on the chat that you make sure that you guys use your power-ups at around 38.5 kilometers, because there's a power-up banner coming at 39.8 just before 40k. So make sure you use your power-ups just before the next one, and you'll get another power-up. It's only 500 meters from the last power-up banner till the finish. Right, okay, so basically you just boom, boom, hit them both at the same time, one and then the other one, as soon as you go through the banner. Otherwise you won't have time to deploy it. So it's going to be a bit of a technical finish in that sense, guys. Cheers, Jono. But I'll be calling that out, don't worry. Okay, a little bit of a rise here, nothing too hectic, so don't worry too much. You'll be good here, guys. Don't panic if you're in the front group. Chris Lawrence has got back on. His group has reattached, so we've got 3 riders in the front now, which is great news. Good work. Conning those riders into taking a turn. Finally paid off, Chris. I like it. Okay, someone's pushing the pace on the front. Okay, this is nearly over now. Don't worry too much about this rise. Those 2 riders off the front. I'm pretty sure Sam Splash, I'm pretty sure that was the guys off the front last week. Back up to his old tricks again. Cheers, Zwifty. Right, I've had a couple of people, cheers Rob in the chat, I've had a couple of people say that now. Make sure we are doing this double drop on the power up, or we're going to regret it. Steve getting another little drop out there. Just do what you can, Steve. It is what it is. If it goes, it goes. There's nothing you can do about it, bud. Great work. I still can't get any results for you on the Zwift Power segments, which is a little bit annoying. I was hoping for that for the live stream as well, so I could keep the chat updated as to how we were doing. But I'm pretty sure we're doing well. I think a top 5's in the cards. We just have to do alright in the finish, which I've got faith that our guys at the front are going to do. We've got all 3 of these guys are capable of winning races in C. And Steve and Chris have won back in the day, in their day, have won races in B, especially for Zwift Racing League. A couple of years back, Steve won an amazing ZRL race around London Classique, where he soloed the whole lap, the final lap, 6 laps. On lap 5, when we went through the banner, Steve pushed on and he got a gap of about 5 seconds, and he held it for 5.5k for the rest of the lap till he made it to the finish. So these guys are capable of winning races. Mark, Chris, Steve, all of them have got a chance of doing well here, so we're going to be really excited to see how they can do in this finale. We're going to be cheering them on, hoping they've still got something left in the legs after this grueling race, and that they can pull out a win for that purple snow jersey, or at least try and get us into the top 5. I know one of these guys is going to get us in the top 5. I can feel it. Calling it now. Okay, push up here, guys. A little bit of a push. This is probably your last little push before you have to get up there. Rob, I didn't even realise it was all the same power up today until someone told me just before we started the race. I had no idea that it was all the same power up every time. And I watched your recon. I don't even know how I missed that. Okay, push on here. Okay, make sure you, Chris dangling just tentatively at the back there. Living dangerously, I like it. Just not too dangerously. When we're this close to the finish. Okay, so I don't think there's much chance of getting dropped from this point on to the finish, guys. So it's just going to be about, like I say, following the wheels, doing as little as possible. Don't attack too early. If anybody feels good, I'd say, you know, 1k is a long way to attack from. 1k is about, you know, 80 seconds worth of really hard effort. So 75, 80 seconds. So you've got to measure it on that. 2 minutes is a long time to be out the front in a race like this. But as we've said before, not everybody can win a sprint finish. Not everybody's going to win this 20-man group bunch sprint. 30-man by now, by the looks of it. So if you want to dare, sometimes he who dares wins. The ones where I attack and I lose anyway, just don't put them on YouTube. It's easy. It's easily done. I'm just kidding. Everything I've got goes on YouTube. Okay, so nice bit of recovery here, guys. Nice descent. Steve's just going to roll to the front naturally. Okay, you've got 3k till you be in really the danger zone. Final 500 metres. I think the attacks could start flying from about the 38k mark. So we'll try and keep a close eye on it. We'll try and call out the attacks if anybody goes off the front. If anybody doesn't feel particularly good here and they feel like they've really not got any legs left and they want to be some sort of use to the team, you can always be the guy that pulls the attacks back. If somebody goes off the front, you can sort of sit on the group and try and reel him in a little bit. But we'll cross that bridge if we have to. I've got a feeling everybody is absolutely cooked. I'll be very surprised if if more than one attack goes from the 2k mark. I'm expecting most people to save it for the final 500 metres of this one. Okay, chat, so we've still got 4 people in the front group. Sorry, 3 people in the front group. I can't even count anymore. That's how brutal this race has been. I've lost the ability to think, talk. But I can still watch my team race as we hit into the final 2.5k of this one. Let's see, can we pick up a top 5? Maybe even a podium. You never know. There could even be a win on the cards. Like I said earlier, all 3 of these guys have won C races before. They've all got a bag of tricks that they can pull something out of when they need to. And here we go. Steve keeps getting these mini dropouts that we keep seeing on the screen, so he's having to accelerate through the group. Bit of a nightmare. Some people are making an attack off the front here. Make sure that people aren't getting away, guys. This is going to string out a little bit here. Do what you can here, guys. It's stringing out. Steve, I can see your power meters going crazy. You're getting dropouts, so just, yeah, do whatever you can, but don't worry too much. Mark, keep going, buddy, if you can. Chris, keep pushing, keep pushing. Keep going, guys, keep going. Okay, you're not going to catch that group now, I don't think, Mark and Chris, so think about the people around you and your positioning if you can. Steve, it's on you to try and pick up what you can. Hope that power meter holds up for the last 2k. Let's do this. 1.4k, 1.6k from the finish. Okay. Well, our hopes are pinned firmly on you, Steve. No pressure or anything. 1.4k to the finish. Like we said, Steve, totally your call. Play it by ear. You've got plenty of experience in these sorts of situations. You know what you're doing. But if you can, if they leave you till the final 300 meters, you've got a good crack at this. Here we go, 1200 meters, and we'll be done. Everybody's looking at each other. Nobody wants to go. Nobody's even going to go from a K out. Everybody's doing 2.5. Here we go under the Flamme Rouge. This is it, people. This is it. Buckle up. Get ready. Don't come to the front of the group too soon, Steve. That nice slingshot effect. Okay, can see the finish in the distance. Everyone's looking at each other. The pace is starting to go up a tiny bit here. Okay, pace is going up a little bit. But not enough. No one's really attacking. 600 metres to the finish. Here we go, YouTube. I can feel it. Okay, 400 metres, here we go. Get ready, get ready, get ready. This is the last little rise. People can start pushing on if they want to do it. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Steve, Ali, Ali, Ali. Everything you got. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Go on, Steve, go on, Steve, go on, Steve. Push, 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 push. Ali, Ali, Ali. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on. Ah, valiant effort. Well done. Oh, it's the next one. That wasn't even the finish. Oh, my God. Right, here we go. It's a virtual finish. There's me cheering Steve on. He's not even crossed the line. Let's go. Come on. Power up time if you got it, guys. Power up time if you got it. Safe Nave is right. Okay, here we go. Take two. Hit it again. Go on, Steve. Look at that aero boost. You're flying. You're flying. Go on, push, 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 push. You're still on for a really good result here. Go, 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 go. Go on, Steve. Go on, mate. Well done. Fantastic effort. Well done. Well done. I think that was 5th or 6th. Great work. Well done. Great effort. Bravo. Right, let's have a quick look on the guys behind. Well done, everybody. Well done, Chris. Steve, that was a great result. Chris, I can't see how you're doing. Mark, I know you're about to be finishing as well. Keep pushing. There's 8,000 Chris Lawrences on Companion app. Come on, Chris. Push, push, push. Go, go, go. Ali, Ali, Ali. Well done, well done. Mark has already finished by the looks of it. Chris Wadrup just coming up to the line as well. Here we go. Hit it. Come on, every point counts. I'm sure you get 1 point more for 34th. Come on, hit him on the line. Mug him. Do him, skid him. Good effort, well done. Come on. If you get 34th, Chris, I reckon you get an extra point. I'm sure it's 1 point more. Sprint finish, this is right up your street. Come on, mate. 34th, you got to hold it. You got to hold it. Don't let him mug you. Go, 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 go. That's it. Hit it, hit it. Ali, Ali, Ali. Go on, Chris. Go on, Chris. Mug him. Mug him. Come on, push, 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 push. Nearly there. Keep going. Yes, come on, keep going. You're going to get him. You're going to get him. He's just behind. Keep going, keep going. Oh, he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. Chris has got him. Well done, mate. Well done. That's an extra point right there. Good effort. Well done. 1 point in the bag. We'll take that. Great effort, Mark. Well done, buddy. Dan Andrews, valiant effort, mate. Keep pushing. If you think you picked up FTS points, then you know you got to keep going. You know you got to keep going. James Gosney, keep pushing, buddy. Great work. You're nearly there now. Great effort. Well done. Okay, guys, that's the majority of people come in. We're just seeing the minor placings come in now, so really good effort from everybody. Bit frustrating that I couldn't show you the results as we were doing it, but what I'll do is I'll put up a post to let you guys know on the community tab how the team placed once I've seen the results later on. I'll also edit the description of this video, so if you're watching it after the fact, you can just click on the description now and you should be able to see where we placed overall on the day. But I hope you enjoyed that one. Thanks for jumping into it with me. Next time, hopefully we can get a few more people in the chat, get something going, see how things are looking for the other teams maybe, how things work across the other divisions. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining as always. Remember, race fast, ride hard, and that you are appreciated.